Hello. All right. So we're starting this. Hello. So this video is about the diet that I did April of 2025. The reason why I did this diet mostly because it was an experiment, like to see how I feel when it comes to doing a diet that actually fulfill all the vitamins requirements. So like the all the B vitamins or the vitamin D, the vitamin C, and all that stuff. Like to see how it feels. Also the omega threes, which I barely get anyway on my diets normally. And so I just wanted to see like, hey, if I do this type of diet, how would I feel? And I will say I felt the difference. I definitely did. So the parameters on this diet was like mostly like I was mostly using Chronometer as an app to like see what were my deficiencies on my diet. Then after checking the deficiencies, I was like changing the stuff in my diet here and there. So I was mainly checking vitamin K, vitamin C, and omega threes. Those were the ones that was really hard to put on my diet. So at the end, I ended up supplementing some of them. Vitamin D3 and vitamin K2, I had to supplement. It's just because it was really hard to put in my diet without like incrementing way too much my calories or just adding something else that is gonna disrupt my whole diet. Um, so I went on that route on with supplements with vitamin K2 and vitamin D3, and then also with vitamin C. Vitamin C is not exactly, I would say, hard because it's just I would take some oranges or stuff like that and just there you go, vitamin C. But the unfortunate thing was it's just like when it came to my daily routine, when it came to my lifestyle, it just was really hard to implement. To put oranges into my diet. So at the end, I also supplemented that one because I just simply couldn't. I just adding it to my lifestyle. It just something else that I had to worry about. It also wasn't enough. Like I wanted 1,000 a day. There you go. I was supplemented. Um, like this diet was mostly about how to like get my full nutrition when it came with whole foods, but I would say it was really hard. Like most of the time, my calories was between 2,600 and almost close to 3,000. Even so, I almost did the same every day. Sometimes I just check something new to see if it works. Just it didn't. Um, and sometimes I added honey in the middle of lunch just because of the job that I have, and just because I wanted to like eat the steak on the morning, eat the liver on the morning, take all my supplements, take all the medicine, and then go to work and just eat later at night. But sometimes I was really hungry, so what I did was added honey at lunch so I could progress with my work without, you know, like stopping by some grocery store or something just to eat something. So I just added honey into my diet, just like a shot of honey or something like that. In the middle of work, it's just like you take one of those bottles and you I just chug it like it was like a shot, and then that's it. Like get the honey bottle, put them out of this, and just feel it like was my mouth full of honey, and then just boom, close the bottle, go continue on with work. Boom, that's it. I continue on. Not much calories, some good sugar, some antibodies. Antibodies, no, antioxidants and other stuff that honey has. Boom, there you go. Um, And just to give a perspective of how much this was, I mean, how long this was, it was from the 24th of March to April 24th. Just to see how it is, just to see how expensive it was also. And to be honest, it wasn't that expensive at all. When it comes to the first week of my diet, it was at breakfast, like 28 grams of beef. So it's about like, I think it was like what, 1 ounce, 1 pound of beef, just 1 pound of steak actually, just because I wanted to like get close to my creatine goals. Yes, I wanted to get close to my creatine goals. And for lunch, I'll continue of Greek yogurt. That I got it from Alex Harmosi, just to like check it out, and just to check it out, and also just to maintain myself satiated the whole day. But like I said before, I switched that from eating the whole Greek yogurt container plain at first. I switched it to the honey because it just was a waste of time in a sense, just because the type of work that I do. It's just that I just wanted to like do something pretty quick, like I said before, the honey, the shot of honey, and just continue working. That's it. So I switched the Greek yogurt for lunch into dinner. I was playing a little bit, and then like I said before, the first week, breakfast, 28 grams of beef liver, and 1 pound steak. Then at lunch, the Greek yogurt plain, and then at dinner, 6 eggs. That was on the first week. Like I said before, this was like an experiment that I was checking stuff out on Chronometer to see my deficiencies when it came to my vitamins and minerals, just to see what it was. So after a week, after some modifications, at the end of the diet, it was breakfast, 1 pound of steak. Yeah, because I got the liver out because I simply couldn't stomach anymore. I was eating frozen liver before, just to like maintain myself, because I hate the flavor of liver. I cannot eat liver normal, like normal warm liver. I cannot eat it. I hate the fucking flavor of it. So I just leave it out because the only thing that was getting me was what, B vitamins and vitamin A, and yeah, iron, copper, and all that stuff. But it's just like it wasn't worth it for me. I need to keep up with the diet, and I just got it out. Because if you are gonna do a diet as a normal person in the fitness, and you want to do a diet you can actually follow, because if not, you gotta cheat, or you're gonna eat something else like I did, and just switch it out. I switch it out. Uh, I guess to nothing. To be honest, because vitamin A, I was getting good enough with a 1 pound steak. Um, when it came to copper and iron, again, 1 pound steak did most of the work. I was just going way overboard with the liver. It's just because it's such a nutrient dense food, but it's what I didn't exactly need it because I was already eating 1 pound of beef, and that was more than enough to cover my basics when it came to the vitamins. Um, I was eating the guava low fat yogurt because I just love the guava flavor. I switched it later when I finished my diet. So I ate that with 1 scoop of collagen peptides, and then, like I said before, I couldn't get the vitamin K2, so I supplemented with a supplement to fulfill my vitamins requirements, mixed with the 5,000 IU of vitamin D3, and I also put all this is on breakfast. On breakfast, I was eating 1 pound steak, a whole cup of guava yogurt, with a scoop of collagen peptides. Then I would just take my pills like vitamin K2, vitamin D3, and then vitamin C and glycine. Glycine, I was taking glycine because so I can process the the collagen peptides, the collagen powder, collagen protein peptides, so I can process it. There's a story for that, and also because I watched this guy over here. I will put the video in the description. And later on for lunch, I was just taking, like I said before, a shot of honey, 38 grams, just to continue working. And then for dinner, 6 eggs because it covered all my nutrition needs and also pretty good protein. Plus 100, oh yeah, plus 141.3 grams of walnuts because that is the little container that I bought on Publix. With Greek yogurt because I was switching uh plain Greek yogurt, the one that you get on Publix, and vanilla Greek yogurt just to make it more palatable. Then I came back to Greek yogurt plain and added walnuts into the mix so I can actually eat it and make it more palatable and so I can actually completely eat it because after you are halfway done on the plain yogurt on the container, you are just exhausted. It just becomes torture, and so I switched it to vanilla. I saw that it was having way too many calories. I was getting close to 3,000 calories, so I was like, "This is not it. This is way too much." So I switched back to plain yogurt and added the walnuts, so I could get the walnuts was because I wanted to get the omega threes. Then later on, as I finished the diet, I was like, no, I want to switch to soft gels. The little soft gels that have omega threes inside of them, so I don't have to worry about the omega six and inflammation, which I was already feeling it later on. So yeah, I switched that at the end after I finished the diet. So and when when I finish the diet, I continue with the breakfast routine of like one steak. I mean, yeah, 1 pound steak. All the supplements. Switch the guava yogurt to the plain yogurt. No added sugars. You get used to it. To be honest, you get used to it. It doesn't. It's not exactly bad, neither good. It's just yogurt. I just take it so I can take the peptides, the collagen peptides, and then later on, I just take with water all my supplements, and then that's it. That's all I still follow. Just because on the breakfast I already finished all my supplements. I mean, all my vitamins and minerals mostly, and later on I just eat whatever because on the breakfast it's not exactly much calories. I think it was like what, like 700 calories, and I need about 2,800 something calories per day, so I just can maintain my weight. So I just simply eat whatever I want, mostly on the afternoon or whatever my parents serve me. So yeah, that's what I do mostly after I finish diet. I switch my mind on a lot of things, mostly omega 3s. So omega 3s is difficult for me because I do not like seafood. That's why I added the walnuts. That's why I didn't eat salmon or nothing like that because I just simply hate it and I don't want to worry about any mercury in my blood. That's simply it. So I added the walnuts. Then later on, as I was seeing on the Chronometer app, I was eating way too much of omega 6, like 42 grams of it, and I'm like, okay, this is way too much. I was starting to get acne out of it, and so I switched to soft gels of omega 3s, like fish oils, soft gels like this, and I switch. I don't have as much acne anymore, and I have lower information. And also another thing that I will add on my experience with the walnuts, as soon as you starting adding, as soon as I starting adding fats into my diet, like way too many, I would say my body feels way more smooth. Before I was doing squats and I was popping my knee like crazy. Now, since like after the walnuts, don't feel it, don't pop as much. They start popping at first, but later on they just normal. And before it was like popping almost every time. I was like, oh shit, here we go. But now with the fats, they stop. Now I have less fats on my diet, but I still have adding omega 3s inside of it. And just I eat 3 grams. Before it was like what 13 grams because of the walnuts, or 143 grams of walnuts is about 30 grams or so, somewhere in the range. And now I just take three soft gels, and it's good to be honest. One of my other experiences that I was feeling with the omega 3s is like my depression or my sadness or whatever. It went away. Not the so I was not my thoughts. Like I was thinking of depressing thoughts before, and then as I was adding omega 3s to the day, my depression kind of went away. Even so, my thoughts were the same, but it's just like I was switching my mindset in a way. Like the depression in a way just went away, and my thoughts just were changing to whatever it came to the moment at the present. I don't know how that works. I just know that happened. Um, that was one of my experiences with that. Um, I was when it came to the protein, I was eating way too much. Also, that's why I also cut a bunch of stuff on my diet now. Like I don't eat the yogurt anymore. The Greek yogurt, the whole container, that's way too much. That was 700 calories, about 70 grams of protein, and that was way too much. Like right now, I'm trying to keep it on the 160 grams because that is how much I weigh, 160 pounds, and it's just I prefer it that way. Um, I would say when it came to that diet, the biggest point on the diet was mostly the Greek yogurt because it kept me satiated. That was the thing. And I would say adding the Greek yogurt was a big difference. Um, because if it wasn't for the Greek yogurt, I would be all the time hungry, all the time. Like sometimes on the diet, I didn't eat the Greek yogurt just because I forgot to buy it. And funny enough, like just the eggs kept me satiated. But in the middle of the night, like 12 a.m., something like that, I started to get hungry. So, yeah, Greek yogurts were a big save. Um, and also the walnuts were a big save because thanks to the walnuts, like when I went to the bathroom, it was more, how do I say this, hefty, more hefty, not as blah, blah, blah. I don't know how to. I don't wanna. This is YouTube, okay? um, so yeah, the walnuts were safe because like when you have something soft like eggs and Greek yogurt, it's just soft food. It doesn't like when it goes out, doesn't go out in the good way they want to. Let's just say like that. But when I added the walnuts, it was just more heavy, more normal. Okay, I don't feel as bad. Um, and I can go to the bathroom normally. That's one of the things that it got my attention. Weirdly enough, I never thought that I would have to pay attention to that. Um, and also I would say I was thinking taking about 100 grams of carbs. I needed more carbs. I would say sometimes if I felt tiring when I was going to work out, when I was going to my normal day, I was fine, normally fine. But when I was going to jiu-jitsu, that's when I was like, oh God, I'm dying. But the fats, I would say, the fats cut kept my joints smooth when I was going to jiu-jitsu. But then later on, the carbohydrates, I needed them. I needed them. I was getting really, really tired. Like, oh God, tired. Yeah, ketones, they don't keep up with jiu-jitsu. Yeah, no, the keto diet doesn't keep up with jiu-jitsu at all whatsoever. It's good to get build muscle and lose fat, yes. Is it good for actual sports? No. No, no whatsoever. Oh God, no. Yeah, beef liver, omega 3s, I think I already talked about that. Oh yeah, so over here, I put some notes. So when I was taking the walnuts, I was taking about 13 grams of omega 3s because I was taking 141.3 grams of walnuts gives you about 13.4 grams of omega 3s. But, but I was because of the amount of the walnuts, I was taking 56.3 grams of omega 6. No, that's way too much. That ratio is all messed up. So when it comes to omega 3s, the best way to get them, fish oil, soft gel pills. Okay? Don't. My recommendation, my personal opinion, is fish oil that is for a reputable company, meaning they are actually in good conditions, they are not oxidized, and either soft gel of fish oil or the actual fish oil that you gotta keep on the on the fridge and on the dark so it doesn't oxidize as fast. And good luck with the flavor. Because that's why I take the soft gels because I don't have to worry about the flavor of fish oil. Although there's some people say that it's way healthier, but it's just like I don't I don't want to deal with nothing on seafood. Okay, seafood and me, we are not exactly good friends. I don't like the flavor. I simply don't like the flavor. The only fish that I like is salmon. That's it. And I just don't want to worry about mercury on my blood later on. So that's why I don't eat it. Um, yeah, that's my take on omega threes when it comes to like my experience on this. Oh, the cost. The cost was funny enough really cheap, like really really cheap. Um, now one here's the difference between me and most people. And yeah, I know this sounds a little more weird to say, but I go to a local, what is it? A local meat place, meat shop, and they just give $1 down. Then Walmart, and I think $2 down on comparison with Costco, and they just give me like what 7.39 the pound of a steak, and, and thanks to that, I could have spent on this diet was $543 with 41 cents per month on this diet, and I took the calculations very seriously. I took a program so it could actually like be as accurate as possible. So yeah, and to be honest, I thought it was gonna be like between 700 and $1,000 because that's the thing that you think like that happens when you actually try to eat healthy. I think, this is my opinion, if you try to eat healthy, I mean, if you go to Whole Foods or those type of places that is like their marketing is about this is organic food, yeah, you're gonna pay a lot. But if you shop around and try to figure out, like, hey, the meat shop that is local here, I couldn't guess that if I just go the normal chain route. If I go to a normal chain superstores, I'll be spending way more money. But went to a local cheap, I mean, went to a local meat dealer. There you go. I got a good price out of it. So, and I would say some supplements also help. If you check supplements per pill or per ounce or per gram or whatever, and you actually check that, and you actually check there's a reputable company that actually is giving you uh, quality minerals or medicine or supplements of whatever you're looking for, that's the way to go. Because I would say, again, going back to the walnuts, I am saving way more money buying soft gels of omega 3 than actually buying the walnuts. And the walnuts was 2.99 and I was eating the whole container because I eat a lot, okay? And even so I was in a way controlling my calories doing this. I simply one of the other things I was trying to do on this diet is to eat everything that I needed and also don't feel hungry. Don't feel hungry. That was one of my main points. Because I did a diet, I think what, 2021, 2022? I did a diet, let me see. Was it where? What was it? This is the, okay, yeah, this is the 2025. Oh yeah, 2023. Okay, so I did a diet on 2023, and to be honest, I failed that diet here and there. When I say here and there, I say like 3 days of the month, because this diet was for like losing fat and stuff, and I simply was hungry all the time. I was thinking about calories all the freaking time. So one of the things I wanted to do with this diet was to feel great, get most of my vitamins and minerals with whole foods. Don't tend to supplement them as much, and don't feel hungry. Did I always say that one at first? Getting getting all the vitamins and stuff from whole foods. Don't feel hungry. Yeah, and yeah, I think I already said it. And yeah, see the cost. See how much it cost me. Um, which was kind of surprising hard to do the research on this stuff. And yeah, oh yeah, my morning routine, I already put it here. So the morning routine that I do now is just 935 calories with 153 grams of protein. That is, like I said before, 1 pound steak, uh, collagen protein, peptides, yogurt, and other supplements. And the 900 something is mostly the 1 pound steak. So yeah, that's what I do. And I just eat whatever on dinner because I simply want to maintain a healthy social lifestyle. Because when you're eating on this diet, it's like you're not the only one doing the diet. Your family also is, your friends also are. The main times I had to tell my friend, hey yo, I on the diet, I cannot eat today. There were a few times that I was like, ah, shit. I wanted to have like some fun to my boy. So some fun time with my boy, like just to eat normal. And also with my family, it was like sometimes they were like, hey, we going to eat pizza now? And I was like, no, I need this diet. So it's just like the social dynamic is just something that I still want to continue to do. So that's why I only do the breakfast component of it now, because like hey, I want to be healthy, but also I don't wanna like stop myself for eating normal foods with my family and friends. That was mostly it. Plus, I'm fit, and also I train a lot. I don't think I'm gonna get like overweight because I simply work out way too much. Not only because I like to work out, if not also because of the work that I do, which is really physically demanding. So it's just like one way or another, I'm gonna be fine. So that's what I do. And also another tip, I recommend everybody because even today I forgot. So today I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot to take my pills. So every time, this is my suggestion, this is my opinion, you do whatever you please. Every time that you take your supplements, log them, like actually log them on your app, because sometimes I'm like, did I took them today, or did I already take them? And I just don't want to. I am really careful when it comes to getting intoxicated on like vitamins and minerals because that's something you can actually do. And so like today I forgot that I already took them because I was like, did I already took them today? And then I was recording in my mind. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I already took them. And that's like what 5 minutes waste of my time. But it's just like I hate doing that. For that for me is annoying. So look your supplements also. You might sometimes forget about it. So yeah. And yeah, that'll be it for me today. Peace.